Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this class, we are going to discuss about the artificial hybridization. Firstly, we should know about hybridization. So what is hybridization? It is the crossing of two plants which differs each other genetically in one or more characters is called as hybridization. I repeat the definition. The crossing of two plants which differ each other genetically in one or more characters is called as hybridization. So how they are genetically different? For example, if we take two plants, for example, so this is one plant, this is the other plant, both are belongs to same species but they must be genetically different. Then how genetically different means? You just consider this plant produces flowers which are white colored and this plant produces the flowers which are violet colored. So that you will study in the genetics chapter where Mendel will be taking the contrasting characters in a pea plant. So one pea plant producing the white colored flowers and the other pea plant produces violet colored flowers. The same example I am considering here. So this plant producing white flowers and this plant producing violet colored flowers. So this is how they are genetically different. Then what is the purpose of doing the crosses between the two different plants which are genetically different? You know that in case of self-pollination, so every time if the continuous self-pollination taking place, it leads to inbreeding, depression. But in order to avoid that one, in order to obtain superior varieties, here the hybridization can be done. Here we are combining two different characters, so we can obtain the superior varieties that we will be studying in the artificial hybridization. You know what is hybridization? And what is artificial hybridization? So this is the crosses which are made between two different plants which are genetically different that will be done by a manually. So that's why artificial, artificial is man-made or manual. So we are doing this hybridization in order to obtain the hybrids. And this artificial hybridization, it is very important method in plant breeding technique, and it is the technique in plant breeding where the crosses are made between different varieties of species and even genera. We can do these crosses between different species also and sometimes between different genera also. And why we are doing these crosses? To combine their desirable characters. We are combining the characters from the A plant also and from the B plant also. So we are combining the desired characters and to produce commercially superior varieties. The hybrids obtained from the artificial hybridization, they are usually superior varieties and they are commercially very important. And this artificial hybridization, it is one of the major approach in plant improvement program or plant improvement techniques. Then how this artificial hybridization can be done? I repeat, so this artificial hybridization technique, it is one of the important technique in plant breeding where the crosses are made between different varieties of species and even genera to combine their desirable characters and to produce commercially superior varieties. Then how this can be done? This artificial hybridization mainly involves artificial pollination. It mainly involves artificial pollination. You know that pollination, it is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Then artificial, it is a man-made or manually. We are doing that pollination, that is a transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. But during artificial pollination, it is very important to make sure that we use only desired pollen grains. We use only desired pollen grains. Then what is that desired pollen grain? For example, so this is the one plant. We can consider this plant as a female plant and this plant can be considered as a male plant. So only we need to combine these, the characters from these two plants only. So we need to take the pollen grains of this desired male plant only, not from any other plant. Try to remember, we are taking the pollen grains from the desired plant. From the desired plant, that's why I use the desired pollen grains are only used for pollination. Pollination is a transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. We cannot take any type of pollen grain. We use only the desired pollen grains which we have selected as a male parent. And the desired stigma, so this is the female plant which contains the stigma, so this can be considered as the desired stigma. So this desired stigma, it should be protected by the contamination. So what is that contamination? Contamination in the sense the unwanted pollen grains can land on the stigma. You know, during pollination, the wind can carry the pollen grain, the water can carry the pollen grain. So all those pollen grains cannot deposit on the stigma. So this desired stigma should be protected by the contamination, that is from unwanted pollen grain. Then this can be achieved by two important techniques. One is called emasculation. I said the pollen grains, we are taking only desired pollen grains, and the desired stigma should be protected from the contamination. That can be done by two processes. One is called emasculation, other one is called as bagging. Then what is emasculation? So this emasculation can be done if you choose or if you select the female parent as the bisexual flower. For example, so this is the bisexual plant which contains a bisexual flower. You can see this is the stigma and these are the anthers. So these are the anthers. So this is a bisexual flower if the bisexual flower is considered as a female parent. So what I am saying, if the bisexual flower is considered as a female parent, here in this flower the anthers must be removed. The anthers must be removed in bud condition. Anthers must be removed in bud condition by using sterilized forceps. By using sterilized forceps. What is the purpose of removing the anthers? Here I told you it is a female plant or it is a female flower. If it is a female flower, it should contain only female sex organ, that is gynoecium. That's why in order to make this flower as a female flower, we are removing these anthers in the bud condition only. In the bud condition only, and by using sterilized forceps is called as emasculation. Emasculation we can define like this: the removal of anthers in bud condition in a bisexual flower by using sterilized forceps is called as emasculation. And why we are doing this emasculation? To make the flower as a female flower. What happens if we not remove these anthers? If we are not remove the anthers, the pollen grains from the same flower will be falling on the stigma of the same flower. It leads to self-pollination, and continuous self-pollination leads to inbreeding, depression. We cannot obtain superior varieties by self-pollination. That's why to obtain the commercially superior varieties, we are taking desired pollen grains from some other plants and we are avoiding self-pollination. That's why to prevent all these things, we are removing the anthers in bud condition by using sterilized forceps. I repeat the definition. So, the removal of anthers in bud condition in a bisexual flower, by using sterilized forceps is called as emasculation. Then what is bagging? So you have removed these anthers by using sterilized forceps. Now the flower contains only the female sex organ, that is a gynoecium. Here this is stigma. Now this is called as emasculated flower because already we have removed the anthers. Now this flower is called as emasculated flower. This emasculated flower should be covered with the help of a butter paper, or also we can use the polythene bag. The emasculated flower, this emasculated flower should be covered with the help of a polythene bag or a butter paper. Why we need to cover this polythene bag or butter paper? In order to prevent the contamination of this stigma with unwanted pollen grain. If we not cover this flower, the wind can carry different varieties of pollen grains. All those pollen grains can fall on this stigma. So to prevent that contamination, we are bagging or we are we will put a bag over the emasculated flower. That process is called as bagging. So after emasculation, this emasculated flower should be covered with the help of a butter paper or polythene bag to prevent the contamination of stigma from unwanted pollen grains. That is called as bagging. Now emasculation is over, bagging is over. Then what is the next step? Now this stigma, when the stigma of the desired plant, when it attains maturity or receptivity. If the stigma is matured, it can able to receive the pollen grains. So when the stigma attains maturity or receptivity, now you remove this polythene bag for a oil. Only for a while. You just remove this polythene bag, and this is the male parent. From this parent only, from this plant only, we need to take the pollen grains. That's why I have used the desired pollen grains. So now here it is also a bisexual flower. Let it be a bisexual flower or unisexual flower which contains anthers. Within the anthers the pollen grains will be there. Now these desired pollen grains from the male plant will be taken with the help of a fine brush. You can take a fine brush. With the help of brush, you can take the pollen grains from this male parent and you should dust on the stigma. So the pollen grains are taken from the male parent and dusted over the stigma of the female plant is called as pollen dusting. It can be called as pollen dusting. As the name only indicates, we are dusting the pollen grains. Which type of pollen grains? They are the desired pollen grains. So what the plant we have selected as a male parent, from that plant only you need to take the pollen grains with the help of a fine brush and dust over the stigma of this desired female flower. That is called as pollen dusting. Then after pollen dusting, if the pollen dusting has done, that is called as a pollination. We have transferred the pollen grains from this flower, from anther to stigma of this flower. So that is called as a pollination. And we have done it. With the help of fine brush, we have taken the pollen grains and dusted over the stigma. So that is called as artificial pollination. We have done that pollination. That's why it is called as artificial pollination. Now, after the pollination, again the flower should be rebagged. The flower should be rebagged. Then why again it should be rebagged? To promote the fertilization, and fruits are also allowed to develop within that polythene bag only. So that process is called as rebagging. That process is called rebagging. So I will repeat all the events one more time. You know what is hybridization, what is artificial hybridization, and artificial hybridization mainly involves artificial pollination as it is a man-made, and this can be achieved mainly by two processes. One is emasculation, other one is bagging. What is emasculation? The removal of anthers in a bud condition in a bisexual flower. In a bisexual flower by using sterilized forceps is called as emasculation to make the flower as a female parent. Then what is bagging? The emasculated flower should be covered with the help of polythene bag or butter paper to prevent the contamination of the stigma from unwanted pollen grain. That is called bagging. After the bagging, when the stigma attains maturity, the pollen grains, the desired pollen grains are taken from the male parent and dusted over the stigma with the help of fine brush. That is called pollen dusting. Then after pollination, the flower should be rebagged to promote the fertilization, and fruits are also allowed to develop. Then that process is called as rebagging. So these are the techniques which are mainly involved in artificial hybridization. And one more thing I need to say, if this female parent produces only unisexual flower, here we have taken bisexual flower and we have removed the anthers. What happens if the female parent produces a unisexual flower? Already I told you, it is a female parent and produces unisexual, only one type of sex organ. As it is a female sex organ, it definitely produces the female sex organ, that is gynoecium. So in unisexual flower, and that is a female parent, in that condition there is no possibility for emasculation. Here no need to remove the anthers because anthers are not there because this female parent produces only the gynoecium, that is a female sex organ. So in that conditions there is no need for emasculation because anthers are not there. But this flower should be bagged. Even though it contains only the female sex organ, it should be bagged with the help of polythene bag or butter paper. Why we need to bag here? In order to prevent the contamination of the stigma from unwanted pollen grains. That's why it should be bagged in the bud condition only. Before the opening of the flower, it should be covered. When the flower opens, the stigma will be exposed so that it can receive the unwanted pollen grains. So all those things will be prevented with the help of the bagging. It should be done in the bud condition. So this is called as this is in case of unisexual flowers. Again, so after the bagging, when the stigma attains maturity, you can take the pollen grains from the desired plant and you can dust over the stigma, and again it leads to fertilization. It is in unisexual condition. And this one, so this artificial hybridization, it is one of the important technique in plant breeding programs where in order to produce the commercially superior varieties. This artificial hybridization mainly meant for the production of the superior varieties. So that completes artificial hybridization.